everyone, this is Steph from thegoodride.com, and today we're checking out the Flux GS bindings. These are a size small medium, so it kind of is supposed to cover a pretty wide range of boot sizes. So this is kind of a all-mountain binding. It's meant to be able to go from, up in the steeps to the park to the groomers, just a little bit of everything. So it comes with a kind of medium to stiff flex high back, which is, fairly stiff but butterable and tweakable at the same time. Big old wing on it for lots of leverage when you press on it, and comes with a pretty responsive and comfortable ankle strap. It's got kind of like a flexible rubber material, but then you get like the added support of these plastic beams. Not a super aggressive ankle strap, kind of somewhere in the middle. Really easy to use ratchets. You got a big old leverage thing on here, so it's easy to find in your mittens or gloves or whatever. And then the toe strap, it's pretty big, so it reaches all the way around your boot. Well, here, let me show you. So this is a toe strap, and it reaches like from all the way over here to over here on my boot. Really effective, stays in place really well. But I think I would just say if you have a smaller foot than mine is a 7.5 boot. If it's any smaller than this, then it might not fit. And especially since this is the small medium, you don't really have an option to size down. So I kind of feel like these bindings are a little bit made for a larger boot, like a size 8 and up. My boot fits pretty well, but the fact that the heel cup isn't adjustable makes my boot just slightly off center. It's not bad, but if your foot was any smaller than a 7.5, then I think it would be like heel heavy, you know what I mean? And then the toe strap might not fit around the toe cup of your boot. So this is how the ankle strap fits. It's really comfortable ankle strap. You get lots of options for cranking it down or getting it like really long. And the toe strap, you have kind of like a medium amount of options, because I'm on the 4th hole and the plastic part of the toe ramp is already almost touching the bottom of my boot. So like I said, if you have like a 7 and smaller, then it might be too small to fit these bindings. But if you have a 7.5 and up, then you're probably okay. So a cool thing about these bindings is it has an adjustable toe and heel ramp. So if this is kind of like the smallest option, so if your foot is a little bigger, like an 8 to a 9, you can just pull this out. You can just lift these things up here and you pull it out, and it makes the toe ramp bigger. And then the heel ramp has the same thing. So you get kind of an option for a bigger size boot in the same size binding. So you can adjust the high back rotation, and that's by lifting up this, and you kind of like unscrew this part here, and then it comes out with this washer, and then you get 3 options. The only thing about this is there's a lot of pieces going on. So we get this washer, we get this screw, oops, and I just did it, and then you get this inner washer on the inside. So that's a lot of pieces that you could possibly lose, so just be careful when adjusting that. And then this one is the adjustability for the ankle strap, so it looks like you can move it here or here, as well as over here. And then for the toe strap, it's toolless, and you can unstrap this like that, and then you get so one piece goes kind of like underneath the strap, and then one piece goes on the top to kind of keep it together there. So it's not like the easiest to adjust, because you gotta make sure to line them up, and when it's cold out and your hands don't work, it could be a little challenging, but it's not too bad. And then you also have the toe strap adjustment, where you can push it down and pull it forward, or push it down and pull it back. So good options as far as adjustability goes. The only adjustability missing is the heel cup adjustment, I would say. But I like that the Highback has this kind of cushiness on the top here to reduce the calf bite. And then it also has cushiness on down here at the bottom. And then as far as the footbed goes, it has a little bit of foam on the top here, which is a little dampening, but that's about all you get. So there's a little bit of rubber kind of here, but other than that, it's like hard plastic on the board. So these bindings allow you to feel pretty much everything. If you're looking for a really damp binding, then these probably wouldn't be a good option. But if you're looking for a binding where you can feel everything going on under your board, then these would be a good option. And then how you install it is it's got this lift up footbed here, which is easy to get out of the way. It's not annoying at all. Even looks like it might come off, so that's easy. And then you get a big old base plate here. So it's the traditional size base plate. So not a whole lot of flex underfoot. It's kind of like that responsive binding, but you get a little bit of playfulness as far as the ankle strap goes and the high back goes. And then the forward lean comes from the inside here. It's not an on-the-fly adjustment. There's like little notches in the screw right here where you can micro adjust the amount of forward lean you get. So installing it on the board is pretty easy. Adjustments are semi-easy, but a little bit of like, you get bits and pieces. So the multiple washers on so you get bits and pieces you just have to keep track of, kind of. The ratchets work really well. Just kind of got to watch for the sizing. So I would maybe suggest that you go try these on in shop. Make sure they fit your boot if you're a smaller boot size, just to make sure. Because if you have a smaller foot, it might not be able to be centered on the board the way you should be. But if you have like a 7.5 and up foot, which is, you know, most boots, then you should be fine. So if you are an intermediate to advanced rider and you're looking for an all mountain binding that has kind of like that medium flex to it, you want to be able to feel everything going on underneath your foot. You want like that in between where it's responsive but can still be playful, then these could be a good option. So that's a look at the Flux GS women's binding.